Hi everyone, welcome to Connection Yoga. I just want to say real quick, yoga is for everyone. However, when online, it is up to the individual to assess whether they are ready or not to participate in the class that they have chosen. If you suffer from specific disease, illness, or injury, or are pregnant, it is important for you to consult with your physician before beginning. The practice of yoga requires that you, the practitioner, need to gauge the safety of your practice within your own personal and physical limitations. I'm not there, I'm not in your body, so I can't. You need to pay attention and act accordingly. It is always better for you to build up slowly rather than force or strain. While you might feel exertion throughout the practice, you should also feel relaxed. While you might feel some discomfort, you should never feel pain. The techniques and suggestions presented in the following content are not intended to substitute for proper medical care. Consult your physician before beginning any new exercise program. Connection Yoga assumes no responsibility for injuries suffered while participating in the yoga content. The user assumes all risks. With that, I can't wait to see you on the mat, and I'll see you there.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to Connection Yoga and our pose breakdown segment. Today, we are breaking down the pose forward fold. So, I promise after today, you will learn how to safely position yourself so that you are centered and stable as possible so that you can drink in the deep benefits of this amazing pose. So, I know as early as elementary school, I was told as one of my stretches to bend over and touch your toes, and I'm sure you have. And throughout the years of my cheerleading, my softball, so many activities, this was always there. But I don't really remember anyone even telling me how to do it right other than if you can touch your toes, you're flexible. So I'm going to show you it's so much more than that today. And we're going to break it down using true north alignment. So this is how I look at the body, breaking it down section by section, and we will break it down section by section today. So as always, try this pose with me as I'm talking. Try the different things, see what feels good for you, what doesn't, and we're going to have a good time. So let's get started with our feet through our legs. So forward fold, your feet are at 12 o'clock and they are about hip width apart. So if you haven't measured that before, 2 fist width in between your feet. Go ahead and measure it out now. And you want them pressing down, the 4 corners of your feet equally pressing into the mat as it presses up the back body. So, feet pressing down as you forward fold, keeping at least a soft bend in the knee. So at least a soft bend. You don't want to lock out here, okay? But if you have a lot of low back tightness, you might consider taking a bigger bend here. We'll talk about that more in a second. So legs are fired up. We're shooting our energy up this back leg, trying to lengthen these muscles and lengthen its connection up here. So, quads aren't doing too much. That brings us to our hip and pelvis, low back region. Okay, so this is where you're gonna feel it the most, and you need to really pay attention here and take these sensations as cues on how you should align yourself. So, the hips are in complete flexion, so we're completely folded forward, so they're pretty tight here. So if you have real low back, real tight back of the legs, crunching these hips so that your tailbone can reach higher and all that stuff that we want our butt going up, can happen. You don't want to force it to crunch these legs. So if your low back's tight, take that bigger bend in the knee. Take that bigger space in the hip. Maybe a block, okay? listen, because your back will tell you if it's too much. All right? So, hips even, tailbone pointing up, which brings us to our core. So our belly is not doing much. It is resting on our front thighs, taking a little break. But our back core, our floating spine here is just lengthening, all right? Same as the thoracic spine up here, okay? So our chest is closing. Our shoulder blades are falling around our body. Spine reaching out. Now hands, all right? So ideally we just want them resting on the earth gently, all right? Or if you're super flexible, you can bring your arms behind your legs here. Again, make sure that you're maintaining the length in your spine and the legs, but you don't want to pull and force yourself down. Same, you could do peace fingers, big toes, forward fold, and so on and so forth, okay? So hands aren't as important. You can even go no hands, ragdoll here, okay? It's all about the legs and the spine reaching through the crown of our head. So that's the last part, our neck and our head. Our crown is reaching to the earth, trying to lengthen the spine here, okay? So, putting it all together here, pressing the feet, lengthening the legs, falling forward, allowing our spine to lengthen as we fold. All right? Allowing all these muscles to just extend and relax, okay? So, that is generally the pose. Breathing, that's the big thing I want to talk about in this pose. So as you can imagine, your belly is crunched here because you're folded over. So that means you really need to focus on harnessing all this beautiful breathing space you have in your back body, okay? If you didn't realize that your back expands with your lungs, you learned something new today, okay? So in this pose, our belly breathing's compromised, so we need to breathe in our back body. And when we exhale, we fall deeper. So we breathe in, breathe into the length in the spine, and as we exhale, we hold it and go deeper. So that is the breathing pattern I suggest for you when you get into this pose. It's an evolution, okay? You might start here, and as you breathe, you can maybe place your palms down, so on and so forth, okay? Boom. All right, so that leaves us with modifications. If that was crushing you, you could not even get close, you struggle busting hard, there are two modifications that I suggest for you. First is a half forward fold. So get a block, maybe 2 blocks, stack them up, and just halfway forward fold, okay? Bend in that knee, length through that spine. You can still reach, but you're not all the way down, okay? If the weight of your upper body is just too much and that folding over sensation is just instantly like, nope, you can do a seated forward fold, okay? So this forces you to push yourself sort of, but it takes away the weight of your upper body straining on these muscles. So feet are flexed, 12 o'clock, legs are the exact same. Upper body, the exact same. You want it tall, long, and then you keep that as you fold forward. And again, this might be an evolution. This might be enough for you here. I pulled my back recently and this was all I could do. So it's real. Don't worry though, because you just progress forward. You can even put a block here. Rest your head. All right, so on and so forth. Further in the future, if you get even more flexible, you can put it here. Okay, but again, don't pull yourself down to get that. allow them to naturally extend as gravity and your body weight pulls you down into this pose. So, with all that, I hope you felt something new, something great, learned something about this pose, because we do it a lot and it is super awesome, and it can help your back quite a bit to just do when you wake up in the morning or during the day, any point in time. It's never going to be a bad idea. So, without further ado, I hope you liked this. Let me know if you did. Give me a like, subscribe, hit the notification button so you know when the next thing comes up. And I look forward to seeing you in my new pose breakdown segment coming up soon on Thursday. So look forward to that. And I look forward to seeing you on the mat. Bye, everybody. Have a wonderful day.